and the Magic Scrolls, which is a relatively newly released mobile title. And by new, I mean as of December 28th, 2021. So it's still nice and shiny. Despite its tender and young age, it already has 26,000 reviews on the App Store alone, having only been released 12 or so days ago as recording this video, which is a lot as I've played mobile games with 1,000 reviews before. Not that review quantity is indicative of actual quality games, but at least it's a way to gauge whether or not people are interested in such titles. But, I mean, it also has a 4 out of 5 stars, which isn't half bad. But I digress. Now, I've actually been waiting for the release of ZIO and the Magic Scrolls for some time now, as we were contacted by the publishers in regards to taking a sponsored look into their new release. And to be honest, ZIO looked like a relatively interesting title. The art style is personally something that really caught my eye, and the fact that it even has a detailed webtoon with a competent and compelling story, I mean, I was down to take a deeper look. And so here we are today. So let's kick this off with some basics. ZIO and the Magic Scrolls is an AFK RPG, as one of the major focuses of this title is the narrative, and thus there's going to be a large emphasis on it. That doesn't mean that the combat itself isn't fun or compelling, but more that it's about the strategic element than actual participation. Although, it's because of the simplistic and fluid nature of the combat that it can be really quite easy to sink hours and hours of time into it at any given time. It's also quite addictive, especially as you continue through the levels, unlocking and learning more about the world of A-Rock, ZIO, and the other interesting characters within this game. Nevertheless, you'll need to master how to correctly use your characters and what combinations work in order to truly have a smooth playthrough. Which, as I'm sure you're all aware, is quite hard, especially when gachas are always going to be the endgame boss for all mobile games, and ZIO is no different. That being said, however, there'd be no fun in getting what you want instantly. Or at least that's what I tell myself as I fail to get decent characters in these games. Anyway, allow me to elaborate a little bit more on the combat. To start, the characters can be grinding and fighting for you without you having to enter a level at all, as when your characters are on the world map, they'll continue to fight against the plethora of monsters and wizards until you're ready to move on. So you're always accomplishing something, even if you're not necessarily actively there, which is handy if you're a busy person. However, once you're actually in a match, you can use Magic Scrolls to assist yourself during combat. You can equip up to 3 of these scrolls, each of which cost a sizable amount of mana that you'll collect throughout the match. The scrolls themselves have some very varied effects, some to bolster oneself or to simply heal yourself. So use them to your advantage, or test your luck by autoing it. Besides the scrolls themselves, you can have up to 5 heroes deployed upon the battlefield, each with their own skills and equipment to upgrade or rank up. There's even a teamwork skill. So keep these things in mind when tackling the harder areas. Since the combat is automated, strategy is the only way to go. That, or I guess luck? Yeah, luck, if you have that. Besides the basics of combat strategy and battle management, you can also tackle dungeons, PvP duels, and demonic towers for some nice loot to boot. So there's lots of things to keep you active if you're not invested in what the story of ZIO and the Magic Scrolls has to offer. That being said, however, I would like to say for the most part, mobile RPGs or mobile titles in general don't tend to dedicate much time or effort to the narration of their games. There are some, but it's rare, so it's nice to see that there are still mobile titles out there that scratch that itch. I also personally enjoyed seeing the story unfold through the comic cutscenes, and I look forward to seeing more as it was pretty gorgeous and detailed, which was really nice. So, all in all, whilst playing through ZIO and the Magic Scrolls, I have to say I enjoyed my experience. The combat, whilst not necessarily the best I've ever experienced, it was still fun to play through. I know it's simplistic, but it's still somehow enjoyable, and that's enough for me. Plus, the characters are so cute and animated really quite nicely. It's just fun to watch them obliterating monsters. Besides that, the narrative is a huge plus in my opinion, although the voice acting can be a little hit or miss at times. That being said, I enjoyed my time playing, and I think I will continue to grind AFK for the time being until I'm ready to kick some more monster ass. That being said, if you're personally interested in checking out ZIO and the Magic Scrolls, then follow the link within the description or pinned comment. And don't forget to use our coupon code for free diamonds to help set up your journey into A-Rock. I'm sure it will help you out. The directions on how to use said coupon will also be found within the pinned comments, so don't forget to check it out.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah.